Precious metals have been up, they've been down. But with a 150 million ounce silver shortfall in the London Comex, which way will this precious metal start going? Let's talk about it. It's got me thinking, which way did it go, George? Which way did it go?
Well, which way did it go, George? Which way did it go?
What's up, everybody? Thompson Coin and Stamp here, and it is Monday morning, and we are setting at $3,987.30 for gold. That's down $123.20 on the day this morning already. Silver, we're setting at $46.43, a negative $2.10 for the day. So that is crazy considering all of our gains in the last couple of weeks, and now we're dropping. But with a 150 million ounce silver shortfall amid a Comex drain over in London, what does that say about what's going to happen to this precious metal? Let's take a look at this KITCO article. It says London faces 150 million ounce silver shortfall amid a Comex drain. Let's discuss it. A massive physical drain of silver from Comex warehouses is accelerating, signaling profound stress in the global delivery system, even as a fundamental structural change is redefining gold's role as an asset. Former Bullion Bank executive Bob Gottlieb said Thursday. In an exclusive interview with KITCO News, Gottlieb revealed that 29 million ounces of silver have been physically removed from Comex warehouses in just the last 2 weeks. He also issued a stark warning about the opaque platinum market, suggesting the situation there may be even more dire. The physical exodus comes after a turbulent week that saw gold plunge nearly 5.5% on Tuesday, from a high of over $4,360 to a low near $4,120, before rebounding. Silver saw an even more dramatic change, drop of 7.5% on the same day. A physical squeeze in silver. The most acute stress is in the physical silver market, it reads, centered on a dramatic reversal of flows between the world's two most important trading hubs, the Comex in New York, which is the primary U.S. futures exchange, and the London market, the world's largest center of physical trading. Gottlieb explained that the London vaults were depleted of their readily available metal or free-floating stock by a perfect storm of demand. The free-floating stock in London went from 305 million down to maybe 125 million ounces, and that has created this entire tightness, he says. The shortage in London has caused a violent reversal. The premium for spot silver in London has made it highly profitable for the banks to take physical metal from the Comex and ship it back across the Atlantic. We went from 530 million ounces to approximately 501 million ounces today. So that roughly 29 million ounces of silver has been shipped out of the States, Gottlieb says. This trend is corroborated by daily warehouse reports from the CME Group, which have shown a consistent decline in silver inventories throughout October. Gottlieb put a shocking number on the scale of the supply deficit. I believe we need another 100 to 150 million physical ounces in the London market to normalize. Gold structural change. This physical pressure is occurring as gold undergoes what Gottlieb calls a different kind of rally, driven by a structural change in how it's viewed by the world's largest financial players. The entire central bank world is diversifying away from the dollar, and they're doing that via gold, Gottlieb said. He pointed to just a stunning development at the European Central Bank. They just announced that the number 2 holding in their reserves is gold, and surpassing the euro. They hold more gold than they hold their own currency, he noted. According to a recent ECB report, gold made up about 20% of the global official reserves at the end of 2024, surpassing the euro's 16% share. And a healthy washout, a dire warning. Gottlieb characterized this week's dramatic price crash as an extremely healthy event designed to purge speculative excess from the newer investors he called weak longs. However, while the silver squeeze is gaining attention, Gottlieb issued a stark warning about even less transparent platinum group metals market. He highlighted that London PGM organizations, unlike the LBMA, do not publish any inventory statistics. Why aren't they doing that unless the situation is a little more dire than it was in the gold and silver market, he asked. And then the Section 232 wild card. Looking ahead, he stressed that all eyes should be on the upcoming Section 232 critical mineral analysis for silver. This investigation, initiated under the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, grants the President the authority to impose tariffs or other restrictions if an import is deemed critical to the U.S. national security. A formal designation of silver as a critical mineral could have dramatic consequences for the market. The most likely outcome would be tariffs, which Gottlieb warned would halt the physical drain from the Comex and create a significant price premium for silver inside the United States. A more extreme, though less likely outcome, could see the government move to restrict exports or secure domestic inventories, effectively nationalizing a portion of the supply for strategic purposes like defense, AI, and the energy sector. He argued that imposing restrictions would ultimately be a disservice to the United States because, unlike with automobiles, tariffs will not produce one more ounce of silver in the United States, as over 70% is mined as a byproduct of other metals. The investigation, initiated by an executive order on April 15, 2025, will evaluate the impact on critical mineral imports on the U.S. national security. So, according to KITCO, a critical takeaway from this interview, the data points to a profound disconnect between the paper price and the physical reality of the metals market. Gottlieb detailed a potential 150 million ounce physical shortfall needed to normalize the silver market in London. He also confirmed the view of a new structural change driving central banks and institutional money into gold, calling it a different kind of rally. The core question this raises: will the physical market finally force a true price reset? So let me know what you think. If you think prices are going to go up with silver, with this squeeze, comment 1 if you do. If you think prices are going to continue to fall or kind of stabilize right around, the $45, $46 an ounce or even lower, type 2 in the comments. I sure do appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. I am not a financial advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just a guy on the internet reading some articles. Stay tuned every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coin, roll, hunt, and chat. Until next time, Thompson Coin and Stamp is out.